All right. Good morning, everybody. Uh, hello. Happy Healthy Women Global. And thank you so much for tuning in to our Tuesday Live. We're going a little bit early today because, entrepreneurs and schedules, things happen. So we may be a little bit earlier than expected for you, but welcome to our live call. I'm Natalie Colillo. Many of you know me, and I'm joined by the incredible Minerva Maharaj. Oh gosh, like I could go on and on about this girl. We met on through someone thinking that we would, feel so good knowing each other, and they were absolutely right. And they introduced us, and we have been inseparable ever since in so many areas. Thank you, Minerva, for being here. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you for having me, Natalie.
So Minerva is a spiritual life coach. She is also a leader in our organization as Happy Healthy Women. She is a branch director for us in the Pickering area. And Minerva does so many things. She coaches, she teaches, she runs group programs, she runs retreats. And so I'm really excited to have you here today, Minerva. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about yourself before we jump in and get started on this incredible topic. So do you want to just introduce yourself and share?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you pretty much covered it, doing quite a lot of things. I'm a certified spiritual life coach. I found my business, Goddess of Wisdom Spiritual Life Coaching, in the end of 2015, early 2016. And it came from going on a deep soul searching journey. I was doing film and TV work, and I think some people have heard this before, so I won't go too lengthy into this, but I was doing film and TV work for basically my whole life. That's what I wanted to do and be. And I worked for the NBA Toronto Raptors, CFL cheerleaders, choreographing for them. Music videos, commercials, all that fun stuff. And it was a lot of fun. Went on tour, was traveling the world, but through it all, I just felt like something was just missing. It just wasn't connected. Like, this cannot be what I meant to do, which was very scary because it's something I was pursuing since, like I said, like 7 years old. So I went on a soul searching journey and just really dived deep into my spirituality and allow that to lead the way. And it revealed to me I'm supposed to be a spiritual life coach, and now I help courageous souls reach their impossible, whatever that deepest desire, burning desire is inside of them that they've been working so hard to achieve, but just not getting there. And maybe at some moments they're starting to doubt, will it ever happen? I'm there to show you that it is possible for you to reach your impossible.
I love it. I love it. And you are like the most, how do I say this? Encouraging, comforting, like beautiful soul to guide people along this journey. And so I'm so grateful that I've had you as a friend for so long, and that, the women that you serve, well, you don't just serve women, you serve both men and women, have you as well to change their lives. So let's talk about what we came here to discuss today. And that is, as you said, you help courageous women sort of find their like achieve that impossible. And so what do you mean by, I found it interesting when I asked you about your topic today and you said achieving your impossible. So tell me a little bit more about that. What is my impossible?
Because I can tell you, Natalie, you can do this, you can do that, but that may not be what it is that you want. So there is something I feel that is deep within our soul, that is our driving force. There's something, either we see it or feel it, that there's something more for us. There is that goal that is unique to you, and there's that thing that's really been driving you, but also you've been working so hard towards it, but it feels impossible to you. And sometimes I feel like that's what happens, is we have this goal and we see something in the future, we see something that we're reaching for, we're aiming to reach for something, but it's not manifesting, is not happening right now. And there's that disconnect. So when we're working towards something for so long, and these are for my favorite type of people are those ambitious, courageous souls. Like, they are doing the work. They can truly say they're doing the work, but it's just not showing up. it's those type of women that have been doing the work and they can see it and feel it, but for some reason it's still out of reach. And when
Mm.
you're doing that for so long, sometimes you start having those doubtful moments of like, is this even going to happen for me? What am I doing wrong? But it still keep going. And that's
Right.
that impossible. That's what I mean by you're impossible. That thing, that deep burning desire that you want to manifest, but you're like ready, but don't know how. Like what else can I do?
Right, right. And I'm sure that so many women are in that place where they have those big things, yet they believe maybe that they need another certification, or they believe that they need another degree, or they believe that they won't be able to achieve that in their lifetime, or whatever the case may be. So,
Yeah.
so what are some things, like what are some ways in which you help people actually move toward achieving that impossible? Because you know it's not impossible.
Right, exactly. I know it's not impossible. I've achieved my impossible, that thing I've been working for years, and my clients as well. So, what are some things I help people do? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Um, Well, part of my framework, there's a lot of things. Like it's a collection of um, tools that I've been trained in, that I've developed, that I've created myself and mastered. And basically, what it comes down to is what I call is my being method. And it comes like one of my favorite quotes is from Rich Litvin that says, "Our goals is not a place to get to; it's a place to come from." And that when I heard that, that would just kind of like put the bow on my process that I've been doing for years. And I really truly believe that you can have it right here, right now. You can forget about, well, I have to get the certification. I have to do this. I have to get the website up. All of these steps need to happen, or COVID's happening, so I can't find my guy, right? All we have these mental steps and these actionable things that we think need to be in order for it to happen. But all those things can still come. Like I think a lot of entrepreneurs know that we always say, when I have the website, then I'm going to get my clients. When I have my business cards ready, or when, then this will happen. I call that the when then syndrome. Um, but that doesn't need to happen. It's just it's really about the deep inner work and the being level, working at the being level, and start operating from that place now. And you hear that a lot, but that's where my support and tools come in place of really bringing it into this moment and start being who you need to be. And when you operate from that place, things happen so much more quickly than you were told it needs to happen. And this has happened for me in terms of taking my income to the next level in 6 months. And that's something I've been working on for years, right? And yes,
Mhm.
there's some obviously background work. And that's why I say my process is for women who have been doing the work. It's not just about dropping in and be like, okay, Minerva, tell me what to do and make it happen. It's for women who have done the groundwork and who are committed, who are courageous and willing to take the next step. Um, and if I could share this with you, I literally got off a call with one of my clients, and basically she was saying that, okay, well, this is something, me becoming who I need to become is what I'm going to work on in the next 10 weeks. And I go, what's going to happen after the next 10 weeks? And she says, and then I'll just figure it out from there. And it's like, well, you don't need to work towards who you need to become. And you can start becoming that person now. So we just tapped into who is that person, really not only visualize it and see it, but feel it, start acting from it. And the sooner you can do that and embody that person, things just happen more quickly than what you're told it needs to happen, when it's supposed to
Mhm.
happen, or even on your timeline of how long you think it could happen. What you think is going to happen in 3 years, I've helped clients manifest within 6 months.
Mhm. Beautiful. I love that. And yeah, like I mean, you're so right in the sense of the minute that we can step into being, we start to attract it so much sooner. So Minerva, tell me, because I'm sure that you work with a lot of clients that are also um, there's so much going on for them, right? Like, and maybe there's just so much noise that they are finding it hard to actually hear. And I know that this is what you help them through, but like in terms of just starting to find that clarity so that they can actually hear what they are being, or what they are called to be.
Yeah.
What are some tools, some ways that you recommend that we step into that?
Yeah. So I'm a huge fan of meditation, and it doesn't have to be, oh, sitting on the mat. It has to be perfect. And I mean, you can have the mat and candles and all of that, but literally just getting into that silent space, and really it is true about taking away the noise of what anyone tells you, what books tell you, even what you think, other people are doing. This is how you think it should be, is really getting into that silent space within you. And people do that in different ways. Maybe it's through meditation, maybe it's being in nature, but finding a way to tap into just your voice and allowing all the resistance and other noise to just fall off.
Mhm.
So really is just tapping into that place. Um, and I also think, yeah, I just truly feel like it comes down to a few things are just coming up on my mind, and just trying to like simplify it. Um, One thing that's really been sticking out for me, and I'm in the process of learning this and incorporating it into my practice, is human design. And with human design, you really learn your own genetic makeup and it's like a mix of like astrology as well as personality and psychology, and is just so on point. And before, I used to help people manifest the way I manifest, and it only worked for some and not everyone. But when I learned about human design and the way you're made up to manifest, and which actually I was calling your manifestation code, by tapping into your manifestation code, it's unique. The way you manifest is different the way I manifest, but you have the answer,
Mhm.
and you've been manifesting till now. So that's another thing I do with my clients, is creating or helping them uncover their own manifestation code. So um, what action to take, what mindset you need to have, when to take action, when not to take action, what needs nurturing. Balancing the feminine and masculine energies is another thing as well. So it's threefold. So meditation, discovering your manifestation code, and balancing the masculine and feminine energies, because that is so common, because we tend to, especially ambitious and entrepreneurial women, they're doing a lot. We're goal setters. We have that vision. We take action, and we're very head and action oriented, and that's great. That's the masculine. But we often forget about the feminine, about ease and flow and relaxation. And then on the other side of it, there's a whole other layer of, sometimes we can be operating from the wounded masculine or the wounded feminine, versus the divine and whole masculine and feminine. So those are just kind of like my Coles notes of some of the tools I use to um, help you move forward and really live your impossible and live your deepest desires into manifestation.
Love it. I love it. And such tangible tools too that like we can really apply right now, right here and now, which is
Yes.
so important. So I have one more big question about this, and then I'd love for you to share like anything else you feel is important to share right now. But the piece on, like, if there's someone who is watching this that says, I'm not into my spirituality at all, like I don't meditate. I know I hear from so many people that like I find it so hard to just sit still, so I don't do that. Or I'm just not into that whole spiritual side of things. I'm more of like the hustler, and I push, and I'm all about productivity and planning,
Mhm.
and so how important is this piece for people to look at, to tap into? And I know that your whole career is based on this. So I know
Mhm.
that it's of utmost importance. But, in your words, what would you say to someone who is really just letting this not be a part of their life right
You could continue going like that, but at some point, if you don't listen, the universe is gonna make you listen.
now?
There's gonna be a point of burnout. You're only gonna get so much results. You're only gonna get so much happiness, and you're gonna either you discover it on your own and surrender, move through that resistance, or I honestly feel like the universe makes you listen. My family used to say, "If you don't listen, you'll feel," and
Yeah.
it makes so much sense, because it's like, you fall down, you have an injury, or worse, you get sick, or something happens to make you slow down. Everything is energy and vibration. I do believe the universe, spirit, source, creator, whatever you want to name it, is there to support you, but you do need to ask it and welcome it to come in. So you have a choice. It's free will, right? So you can continue the way you're going, but there's something obviously that is going to feel off, and at some point is really going to scream in your face if you don't listen to those signs, if you don't listen to those imbalances, when you don't listen to, okay, something doesn't feel good here right now. And then if you're open and willing, yeah, it's a process. Like it took me, I started my first meditation CDs when I was like 24, 25, and I'm 37 now. And before that, like had major anxiety issues. And it wasn't until a friend gave me this meditation CD and I listened to it. It was when CDs were a thing. Do you remember CD players? It's like, I still have it here. I do not want to throw it away. I don't even have a CD player. I just want to keep this CD. It's a process. So I just think if, move where you're at, honor where you're at. If you're feeling like there is something off, there's something more, and you are struggling and you're kind of running in the mud, you're seeing some success and then you're falling back, something has to give. And if you can find a way to just tune into your own wisdom, um, even if it's just laying down, honestly, laying down on a mat. That's one thing I'm learning to do. Because as entrepreneurs, we're so excited to get all our stuff done. And, but sometimes that can go on and you forget to stop. So I literally have a yoga mat and I just lay there like for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. I book off within my calendar, but there's so many little things you can do to start tapping into it. If meditation is not something you're ready for, it's even listening to a podcast, maybe it's just laying down, maybe going for a walk. If you can just put your feet in the ground in the backyard, just something to slow yourself down and to listen within. There's so many ways to do that. So I think once you start and open up and work at your pace, you will come to the higher answers and guidance and feel that deliciousness of connecting into spirit.
Love, 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 love it. Yes. And laying down, I mean, Shavasana really is all of our favorite poses in yoga. So if we could do that,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
So, Minerva, before we head into, I just want to have you share before we end this call a little bit about, how people can work with you. But before that, is there anything that you wanted to share before that? And we have Nicole sharing that she loves walking meditation. So thank you for sharing that, because that is,
Thank you.
I will say on that, like, my husband, and Jeremy, Minerva, he loves music meditation. He loves playing his music, and that for him is a meditation. And so, whatever you're stepping into your joy with, I love that you said so much of that. But before we talk about how to work with you, is there any final words that you want to say on achieving that impossible?
I just think there's just so much I could say. I'm just so excited. I just feel so passionate about this because I really do feel like that's my mission. I had to experience it and embody it myself in order to support other women and other souls to do this. Um, and so if you can see it, honestly, you can achieve it. And I know it sounds corny, but really your dream is not in my head and it's not in your head. It's yours is unique to you and it's there for a reason for you to fulfill it. And until you do, I feel like you're gonna always feel that discordance and dissatisfaction. So it's really a choice. It literally takes, you don't need confidence, you don't need to know the way, you just need courage to start and perhaps some support. So I just think courage is enough to get started and just know it is possible.
Yes, the knowing is so important. And as Abraham Hicks says, there is nothing you cannot be, do, or have. And so I hold that in my heart all the time and know
Yes.
that if I believe it, it's there, it's possible.
Yes.
Minerva, share with us how we work with you. How do people find you? I'm going to put it up on the screen as you share here. And tell us a little bit more about working with you.
Awesome. Well, you're welcome to visit my website, goddessofwisdom.ca, and I have a free training called What Lies Beneath to uncover your root block. And it's a limiting belief or something energy-wise that's stuck in the energy field, but you can have access to that. And I also offer breakthrough to your impossible sessions, a session we can check in one-on-one and help you discover your impossible and come up with a plan to achieve that. So you get a sample of what coaching would be like.
Nice. And it's one-on-one coaching. Do you also have a group program? Do you also offer a group program?
Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. Yes, it's launching next month. I'm so excited. So on top of working with clients one-on-one, I am launching a group program called Live Your Impossible, a 6-month program where we go deep and we meet 3 times a month. You have implementation time, you have unlimited support with me, and really we just dive deep and go into the greatest tools and using my framework of the being method to help you make your desires a reality. So it's only limited spots and it's an intimate container, and I'm so excited. So we are starting in November.
Awesome. I love it. Minerva, this has been like just a slice of bliss in my day, and it flows so beautifully. And I'm not surprised at all because we're just so aligned. I love,
Yes.
love, love when we get together and chat and work together. You're amazing. So thank you so much for sharing all your beautiful wisdom with us today. And yeah, if anyone is watching, get in touch with this amazing woman, and she can guide you to the places that you feel are impossible but are definitely not.
Oh, I love you. Thank you so much for this platform and for allowing me and so many other women to express our mission. So you are so amazing. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, Minerva. And for those of you watching that would like to also step into your leadership and share your knowledge and expertise, just like this amazing woman has, join us. Join us in leadership. Step into trailblazing or branch directing with Happy Healthy Women. We'd love to have you. Applications are open. Thanks, girl. Talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Bye, everybody.
Natalie.
Have a great day.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.